All right, so every week there's going to be place value paper questions. So this is my pretend place value paper that I made in Google Sheets. And so what we're going to do here is exchange out the photo here. I already am in it for 427 for place value paper. I'm going to choose this very first one for this very first picture. And you'll see the question, in which place value is a number 3? I can change this out as a numeral 3. I can put any number here, so feel free. I have pre-made these for you, but there may not always be a 3 in it. So feel free to say 4, and that's fine. So in which place value is a number 4? We'll go to the answer key here. The place value that it's in is the thousands. Here's an example of where the last question I asked, there were 2 3 digits, so I had to put feedback in case they got it incorrect. In this case, there's only 1 3, so I'm going to take that feedback out because they most likely will get this right and hit save. The control of error doesn't need to be in the feedback here because it's on the paper. So there's control of error built in. So there's the first one replaced. So in which place is the numeral 4? The answer is thousands. I've got it correct, and there's control of error. So on the second one, notice the digit is underlined. So I'm going to go ahead and change this out for an underlined. And the underlined one here, it's easy peasy because it's just the second picture that I put in there. So I tried to make a screenshot of both. So we'll go to third. And we are in place value paper now. This is my cheap version of it for the week of this month. So this is the not underlined. The second photo is always underlined. So here I've got a 3 underlined, which means the value is 30. So I just need to come through here and do what I always do. I do 3,000, 300, 3, or 30. So the value of that 3 is 30. So in my answer key, I just need to make sure I select that. One thing to note is when you select the right answer, it doesn't deselect the not right answer. So make sure you always only have what you want selected. And again, the place value paper is the control of error, so there's no feedback for that question. Then we have the expanded form. I put the placemat here for them to look at. But then also we need to change this picture out. This one uses the non-underlined version. So I'm going to go back in to my drive, to my classes, to my mountain math. And again, you can save yours somewhere different. This is just where I have mine right now, so I wasn't making you guys panic. Place value paper for the 27th. First one is not underlined, so that's the one I want to insert. And then this is where you just can write out different ways that the student would expand this. So I'm going to go ahead and make the first one the right one. It makes it easier. This is their first week with a 0, so it should be interesting. This will be a great show of their knowledge here. And I'm going to actually, and you guys can feel free to do these types of things as well. I'm actually going to make this a different type of question here because it's quite cool how this works. I'm actually going to make this a checkbox question and make it a new equations because you can see right here that both of these are correct. So I want to be able to show them that as well. So that's why you see there's a lot of ability to change these up a little bit each week, but keep the format the same. And so now that I've got my equations in, I'm going to go ahead and do my answer key. There's 2 of them that are going to be correct this time. So I'm going to actually provide feedback on this as a hint. And this is just my feedback. Those zeros can be tricky, or we'll say sneaky. All right, so that way when the child gets it wrong, if they don't select both, they'll get feedback. And so I'll also make sure they hopefully read the directions up here and make sure I put in bold, there is more than one correct answer. So next week when I come back to this question, I am going to need to check and kind of format this to be multiple choice again, perhaps. So, but because this presented such a cool learning opportunity, we want to make sure